happens when a 16-year-old from a small town in Bihar decides that he is not going to wait for the future to arrive, but is going to build it himself? Welcome back to Biz Banter, the podcast where we sit down with young founders, creators, and visionaries who are redefining what entrepreneurship looks like. Today's guest is proof that age is never a limitation when your vision is bigger than your circumstances. At just 16 years old, Agastya Gupta is the founder and the CEO of Noodiyos, a bold food tech startup that is reimagining how food businesses can combine artificial intelligence, sustainability, and grassroots innovation. What makes his journey extraordinary is not just the company he has built, but where he built it. In a region where online food infrastructure was rarely there, and Agastya saw a gap, took initiative, and transformed an idea into a growing venture with real world impact. And that's what entrepreneurship is. Noodles is more than just a food brand, it is a vision for a smarter, more sustainable future, one where technology and entrepreneurship come together to solve practical problems. So at an age when most teenagers are, still exploring their interests, Agastya is already building teams, scaling operations, and demonstrating that innovation can emerge from anywhere. Today, we'll dive into the story behind Nudios, the challenges of launching a startup at 16, and the mindset that has enabled Agastya to turn ambition into action. So, if you've ever wondered whether you're too young to build something meaningful, this conversation is all the proof that you need. Please join me in welcoming the visionary founder of Nudios, Agastya Gupta. We are really, really honored to have you here, Agastya.
First of all, thank you so much for inviting me, Hazel, in the podcast. It's like it's my honor to be here in the podcast today. To be honest, I never felt that I'll be in a podcast at such a very young age, but it's something that I'm living it right now. So thank you so much.
It's actually our pleasure to have you here because you are doing wonders, and we will be discussing about all of that in the podcast. So let's get into it. So Agastya, you started Nudios at 15, right? And most people at that age are busy scrolling reels or maybe stressing about exams, and they are more, like they're very carefree. Like they don't have any tensions about anything, and it's a mindset that if you want to enter into the business field or startup, then you will be entering once you're done with your graduation, post graduation, and that's the mindset that people serve these days, right? But what was going on in your head that made you think that I'm going to build a brand?
So I started at 15, but my journey started when I was at the age of 12. At that time, I was actually playing badminton at state level, and I got the idea of building a startup, Noodiyos. But when I had the conversation regarding this with my family, so they didn't supported me at all. So I was in class 9 that time, and for the next 3 years, I actually worked on research and collected pocket money and worked under a food business for the next 3 years. That was I was doing in the time period. Uh, uh, like to be honest, when I thought that I'll be building a startup, like at the age of 12 or 13 or 14, so I didn't thought a lot. Like even I got the clarity of my idea when I started working on that. But when I actually launched my idea, and we actually did a launch event in my village as well. Uh, to be honest, I was just living that moment. I was standing on the stage and addressing the people. I saw my dad feeling proud, especially from a place where I come from. It was truly special. And like when it comes to academic pressures, and also like during my class 9 to 11, I focused on my studies a lot and scored well. But when I entered in my class 12, I actually launched it at that moment. Like after when I graduated from my class 11, I launched my idea, and in class 12, I guess I'm not going to score a lot, like maybe 70 or 70 above. So yeah, like, that's where my studies got hampered. But yeah, overall it was quite well. But I guess if you are building a startup that actually requires you a practical, or you can say on ground work, so it actually requires you to devote a more amount of time rather than if you are building a software business. So yeah, that was something that actually hampered my studies. But most of the students who are building right now are mostly focusing on software and all. So I guess uh, that's something that doesn't happen with all the people. But yeah, for the food business and food technology business, yeah, you actually need to devote a lot of time.
Yes, absolutely. Because the interesting part is that, you did not just start a food outlet. You built something, which is around revolving around technology and systems and AI as well. And also, you were talking about that your, family was not supporting this initiative by you earlier. So then, how did you manage the funds and all of that? Because, it requires a lot to establish a, whole thing. Because, you know.
Yeah. So like when they didn't supported my vision, so I had to collect most of my pocket money to
Right.
invest. Uh, when like most of the people of my age, like they were also like playing cricket. I was also used to go and play cricket, badminton, football, and all. But after when I got the idea, I started collecting money, skipped the hangouts and all, everything. Like not everything, but yeah, you can say almost. I didn't spare. Like you can say, I used to collect 90% of my weekly expense. Like I used to collect 90% of my weekly pocket money, and that was something that I really think that I should like that was a really great thing that I did. Also, I worked in a food business from where I used to get the money as well. Like it was an influencer's food business, but it was not actually a food influencer, but you can say a influencer which has a food business. So I was working in his food business where I was working in the management team or marketing team, you can say. Like both, I was
Okay,
working as an
amazing.
intern.
Okay, amazing. So you used all of your money. So it's great because, you sacrificed a lot of things, but then now you're getting the rewards for all of that, right? Amazing. Okay, so Agastya, everyone's, talking about AI these days because it's actually transforming everything. So, and you have actually built it into a food business, right? So what does AI do inside Noodiyos that a regular, outlet simply cannot? Maybe like it's like customer behavior,
Yeah, sure.
inventory, delivery patterns, anything like that.
Yeah. So when I was starting, like when I started Noodiyos, like when I got the idea, so never thought that I will implement any further like externalities such as AI or anything extra. I was just thinking about a normal food business that, like for example, McDonald's or Domino's. But when I entered in class 12, and when I was passing by from a like McDonald's shop, I went to the shop and saw so many, like not so many, but a few new items. Uh, Maybe it was limited edition. I don't remember at all. But yeah, there was something that like there were products which I didn't know that how it will taste. So I ended up buying something, a product which I didn't like at all. So I felt that I like before even eating the food, I should like before ordering the food, I should know that it will really taste uh, how my taste is or how my emotions is, because sometimes you actually don't know that how you are, like how you feel after eating. Do you feel like will you feel better, or like there are a few foods or a few products that like which you eat after some like any emotion. Like for example, you eat cake after like after you conquer something which is truly special. So uh, these are a few things, but I wanted to create something that help people to know why which like to to understand that which product will suit according to the emotions, and that's something that we built, that is mood shape AI, which actually recommends you food according to your mood. Then we also
Awesome.
built like we are on yeah, then we are actually building appetite sensor, which actually predicts how much food you're going to eat before you order the food. It's something that we're building to decrease the food wastage. And yeah, I guess that's something that is very like that's something that comes from bottom of my heart, that I need to build this, because I really want to decrease the food waste, because billions of kgs of food wastes every year. But I want to decrease that with the help of AI.
This is a very, very unique vision, I would say, because I haven't heard of any, food restaurants, any outlets, or any what like anything which is related to food and stuff. Because there is actually a lot of waste, like food waste, and then it is not taken care of, and it's amazing because you are using AI in a very, very, it's the perfect way to use AI because you're able to detect the people's mood and then their appetite and all of that stuff. It's amazing, and actually I'm hearing it for the first time, and I'm also into sustainability and stuff, and I think this is amazing. Amazing. So is it like just one franchisee, or like is it just one outlet yet, or like have you scaled up into different franchisees yet?
So I actually did a pilot testing for about 3 months in my village. And when I reached out to the investors, so they told me that my vision aligns with their tier one city. And I also pitched them to open in a tier one city. They asked me to open in a city where where I have the customer audience, like my customers, because I was actually targeting the audience who were having enough in their pocket that they could afford my noodles, because I was selling about 200 or 300 rupees noodles, which was actually not feasible for the people who are living in a village. So they actually asked me to work on this and open in a tier one city, and after generating revenue, I can come back again to all the investors. So after 3 months of pilot testing, I'm actually focusing on opening a cloud kitchen or maybe a whole full-fledged restaurant in New Delhi right now.
Okay, great. Amazing. So, moving on, there is one more thing which I found really interesting. It is that you were offered about 60,000 rupees a month as a core team member while you were, working on your own startup. And I think for most teenagers, and even for me, this is a dream offer, right? So, walk us through the moment. And the fun fact is that you denied, you said no to this offer. Why did you do that?
Okay, so that was actually a dream offer for me as well. Even my parents got shocked after that. So let me tell you a full story. So how did it happen? The story is not something that happened a year ago, or it is a recent thing. Like it happened just in the previous month, in the last week of previous month. Like the last week of previous month. So I actually a company who was operating in Bangalore. They were actually building this startup which aligns more with the food technology. And I have actually worked on this startup from last 1 year. I have managed team from top institution. I have managed team from a very long time, and I have actually executed everything. So they were in the like not in the idea stage, but they were building the prototype that time. So they actually wanted me to be in their founder's office so that I can contribute to them and help them out in the factors that affected me as well. Like if there is a core team of all the failed entrepreneurs, or you can say all the members who have came from the same background. So it actually helps you out in every way possible, because I am someone who have came from that background. I know what flaws that I made earlier, and I can help them out to not make those mistakes. So that's something that aligned. And yeah, definitely the city, because it actually matters from where you're getting the offer from. So that actually played an important role as well. Then you can say I was having a really great network. I don't know if they like how they got to know, but I was having a good network of investors, people who are into this domain, and who can actually help them to build. So there were a lot of factors, to be honest, and uh, the reason of rejecting this was like I have to work for about like 4 to 5 hours a day, and that was dedicated hours. It was like the more remote or hybrid work, more of a hybrid work, and I couldn't go to Bengaluru. But yeah, that was something that was something like dream comes true. My parents also got shocked after knowing that, and the fun fact is that I got this offer from someone who I knew before. Like that person was one of my connections. So he was actually following my journey from the very first day. So that was something you can say uh, it was not a by chance, but yeah, resilience.
Great, amazing. Okay, I see. And of course, like it was going to be very difficult for you because you were managing your academics as well, right? Is it like after you graduated your 12th or like, okay,
Yeah, I
great.
graduated from my class 12. After that, I got that.
Okay, I see. Amazing. People are not able to get jobs even after they graduate their colleges, but you got it after 12th and you still rejected it. But yeah, I see the reasons were, very clear. Okay. So, you also talked about managing the teams and your experiences so far. So you are currently managing a team of about 28 people, and I could even see that on the, website of Noodiyos. It's a really, creative website. So that's not easy, even for experienced founders to manage such teams like of around 30 people. So how are you managing that?
So, managing people, I don't think that's a very tough job, but managing smart people is actually a tough job because they actually requires you to they actually requires your attention. And I have a team, a separate management and HR team, which actually supervises their work. And I have people who have experience in their domain. For example, if there is research and development, or if there is technology or development side. So I have hired people who can actually like have them learn. You actually need to give some value if they are coming in a company, like whether it is a paid internship or unpaid internship. They should see what value you are giving to the people. Are they able to learn new skills? Uh, are they able to learn something different after coming like after joining your startup? Or if you are just providing that certificate or letter recommendation. So it actually requires effort from both the ends, from interns as well, from people who are working as well, and from you as well. You actually need to devote your time, like to see that whether the people are working like in a proper way or not. So there are a lot of factors, but yeah, at the end of the day, uh, you can manage things out, and yeah, that's something that I really have taken care of.
So, like, are there any, people who are working in the organization and they're older than you?
Yeah, almost like 60% or 70%.
Okay, so do you find any challenges managing people who are older than you? Because I think that when a young person is, because of course, older people, they might be having more experiences in their respective fields they are currently working in. So have you ever faced any challenges while leading them?
I don't really think that managing people who are older to you is actually a concern, because it's actually an advantage. Because I really feel that people who are older to me are actually helping me out, because those people understand situations more better than us, because they actually know that the value of their time. They understand that if they didn't work well right now, if they didn't uh, get the good LOR, and they didn't like manage their time what they're working here. So that's gonna be a disadvantage for them. And they actually are more strategic when it comes to choosing the environment where they want to work in. So I really feel that they are more active, they are more responsive, they understand situations better, and you actually get to learn a lot from them, because they actually help you to build more better connections. Because over the period of time, I have observed that I'm getting advantage from people who are working with me who are older to me.
Amazing. And yeah, that's actually a truth because they have their expertise in the different fields and they know how to tackle with different situations. So they give a really good learning as well. People love saying networking is important, you know what, but actually doing it is very uncomfortable for most people, right? Especially when you're young and nobody knows you yet. So how did you, as a 16-year-old with no massive track record, get people to open doors for you? Like, was there a specific conversation, a meeting, or a rejection that actually changed things for you, which actually helped you to, prove yourselves to the people?
Mhm. So when it comes to networking, so people often say that you need to attend meet like conferences, you need to attend the seminars and all the summit. But what I actually feel that LinkedIn has helped a lot. And the people, and I've also seen so many teenagers and people of my age that they run to the people who have so many followers or they have a good network on LinkedIn. But what has helped me so far is that reaching out to the people who don't have a lot of connection, but they are pretty experienced, and you feel that that person can really add value to for you or your vision. So, so that's what I really feel. So, because most of the people who are on LinkedIn and who don't have a lot of followers, or to be honest, I really feel that those people who have a lot of who have a lot of knowledge and who have a lot of skills and all, and who are into the field where uh, you actually require money to invest in. So, if you are looking for an investor, so I believe that most of the people who are on LinkedIn that they don't have that much followers, and I think that's the best way from where you can get the reply from. Because most will run towards the people who have a lot of followers, cold DMs and all. Yeah, cold DMs works, but not always, because you have to work on that simultaneously. Like you have to cold DM to so many people, but uh, when it comes to people who have good experience, find those people who are in who have good experience, who are into your field, and they have studied enough that they can add value to for your company or for you as a person. So reach out to those people, because I have faced that people who, like, when I started. So when I was having 2,000 followers that time and 2,000 connection, you can say. So I frequently used to reach out to the people who have a lot of followers, and like, yeah, you can say that I was like searching around people who have a lot of experience and all. Like if you go out on LinkedIn and if you will try to connect with Nikhil Kamath, so that's gonna take months. But you know that that his 5 minutes conversation would be very beneficial. But what I have experienced is that I reached out to a person who was having very low followers. Then I got to know that person is running a 70 crore business, and I was really shocked, because most of the people who are on LinkedIn don't really have really don't have that good network on LinkedIn. They must be having some practical networks, like they must be having some physical networks that they can give to you. So you better check on that. Like to be honest, really don't feel that all networks helps you a lot, but if you are having some mutual connections, that really helps. And I have specifically made around like 30 to 40 connections on LinkedIn, like who I know them personally, and have a lot of, like they have a great business in crores, and they don't have more than 300 or 400 connections on LinkedIn. So people usually don't reach out to them, and I get an advantage that I get to learn from them and get messages from them. Like I used to have a conversation with them, and I learned from them actually. So it's better you bet on person who have less followers and who can actually respond you quicker, faster. It can be someone who actually have more followers or more connections, but yeah, that's one thing that I have got to know from LinkedIn, that most of the people who have money actually they are not that much active on LinkedIn, or they are not on LinkedIn.
Yeah, they are actually active outside, taking up actions, like setting up their businesses, and it's great. It's a great advice because people actually go on. There are very less people. There are people that I know personally as well, and they are doing wonders. If we talk about their lives in real lives, but then they don't have their updates on LinkedIn. So it's sometimes the thing that it actually works, like the mutual connections also works a lot. Okay, so that was an amazing answer. Okay, so Agastya, let's say that tomorrow a heavily funded competitor enters your market, like same menu, same AI systems, there is a bigger team, bigger budget, and they have everything settled up. What's the one thing they still couldn't copy or take away from Nudios?
It's like if that person or that company copy
Yeah,
all the codes and all our menu. So
exactly. So
I
everything,
think
if they're copying everything, but there must be something different, one thing which they can't copy.
yeah, sure. So like when it comes to developing an AI, so there is a data set that you actually create or you like extract from some pages and like yeah, you actually make a data set of that AI. We have actually tested that before, and so we have the historical data how that AI actually works and how it actually takes to make the like a big make the better version of the AI. And let's say if any company is coming with like 10 times budget, like 10 times the budget of what we have right now, or 100 times. So the like we actually have the structural advantage, and to be honest, if that person have that much money, so that person will actually spend a lot of money on the smaller things on which we are not that much spending, and we can actually make better output. Like I'm someone who can actually spend 10,000 rupees. Like I have personally built AI which can be built while outsourcing from from any other company in lakhs. But I've actually built that with help of my connections. Like as I told you that I made connections on LinkedIn, how I made connection and whom I made connections. So that those people actually helped me to outsource and like even build in my company from a very less amount. Like yeah, that's something that I've got to learn. Like you don't need to like if that person have a lot of capital, so they will invest like they will invest a lot of money even in the micro things. So I better understand that where I have to invest a lot and where I don't have to invest that much amount. So I think clarity comes while you are executing. So yeah, that's the one thing. Even that person is starting right now. I think yeah, there will be so many other factors, but I believe that these are things that no one can take from.
Amazing, because that is your personal, skill set, which the other companies cannot take. Amazing, because cutting down the cost, you're actually cutting down a lot of costs, like micro or whatsoever small costs are there. So yeah, amazing. Okay, so moving on, if a 16-year-old came up to you today and said that I want to start something of my own, so what are three business lessons that you learned the hard way and you would want all of them to learn early?
Okay. So yeah, I have like I have an answer for that. So like there is a myth that people of my age and people around our age think that uh, we have a great idea, like they have got an idea and they think that they will revolutionize from that. And to be honest, like when I also started, like when I also thought that I saw a market gap. There are like QSRs in the pizza and burger, but there was no one in the noodle section. So honestly, what I have felt so far is that every idea is great, but what matters is the execution part. Let me like tell you with an example, because like let's say there's a water bottle. Okay, so to be honest, when it started, that was not a very futuristic idea, mind blowing idea. But right now, it has a market size of hundreds of crores. Previously, people used to carry water bottles, or if they don't have water bottle, so they used to fill that from any restaurant or nearby any house. But someone thought that it will actually help them out So that's something that you actually don't require to have a very great idea or revolutionary like idea. You can actually build anything from like you can like any idea can be built. Uh, so you don't need to focus on idea what you have. You need to focus on how you're gonna execute so that you can actually capture the market. Uh, First thing, and second thing is that tell your parents that you are building. If they don't support you, prove yourself because they are the only people who can help you to grow. Without them, you can never register your business if you are under 18. Build your idea in real life. Like, yeah, to be honest, like if you want to expand it, you want to blow up your idea, you cannot do that without the help of your parents. It took me 3 to 4 years, like to convince my parents and support my vision. So that's actually which I feel is really important. And like when they saw me that I was like when they saw me that I have already saved 40K, like when I graduated from my class 11. So they saw me that I already have 40K rupees in my bank account. Like I was collecting and I asked mom to send it in my bank account. Like I have a like minor bank account. So that's where I saved all that and plan to launch like plan to like organize a launch event. So when they saw that I haven't thought of an idea and just like wasted my time. They saw that I actually did something in the last 3 to 4 years. So they supported me more than I thought. The reason they told me that they thought that I was also that another young boy who is trying to buy another toy which lasts for 1 month. But those 3 to 4 years actually required me sacrifice so many things. And even I bought my first laptop when I was in class 11. So that's something that like, yeah, I have
You bought it
sacrificed
from
so
your
many
own
things.
money.
Uh, Not laptop, not laptop. I like after that I bought so many things, but yeah, not laptop.
Amazing.
And
But
there's also yeah. Sorry to cut you short. Yeah,
no, no,
there's
no, it's
one more
fine.
thing that so many people of our age do fall in the funding trap. Like many teenagers think that uh, that one day an angel will come and invest in their idea and their dreams will start turning into reality. But to be honest, if you cannot if you cannot convince your parents to invest 10K in your startup, how an outsider will think that investing 50 lakhs in your company worth? Like even if it works in the idea stage, so they take a lot of equity. I would recommend to try first building the prototype and investing by yourself in the starting phase. Convince your parents, make it a legal company, register that. I have personally talked to hundreds of investors, and reality is that they are dying to invest in a good startup or in a good founder. They are actually not getting that founder that they are looking for. So trust me on this. Like investors are really dying to invest in the people. So yeah, that's something that I want to tell to all the people.
These are really, really rational advices that you're giving. And I think these are great takeaways from this episode. And it's actually, like even I personally think that people are uh, like going more towards like earning money rather than focusing on building something, because when you have that sense of being the founder and the investors see that, so they will actually they can detect the potential in a person. So it's amazing, and all the three advices that you gave, they were amazing. So I'm just curious to know one thing, that what was the initial investment that you did for Nudios?
Yeah, so I personally invested 45K. Like after 40K, uh, I like got more money, and then like after launching, my parents also invested like 50 to 60K, like almost 1 lakhs. And as of now, it's been almost a year, and I invested more than 2 lakhs. It's bootstrapped as of now.
Okay, it's bootstrapped. Amazing. So you have never pitched Noodiyos in front of any investors or something like venture capitalists.
So for the 1 year, I'm actually trying to build the best prototype possible because that actually require like I have talked to investors regarding this. Many people do like many investors do have reached out to me for the investment, but right now but they are asking for a good amount of equity. So there's a very great quote. I don't know where I have heard this, but uh, people who actually wants investment, it's tough to get an investment for them, and people who actually don't requires investment, they get the offers. So build something that actually attract the investors, not look for the money first.
Okay, great. So you are focusing on building the prototype, like, building something first so that the people reach out to you themselves that they want to invest in your business. Amazing. That is an amazing, thought. That's very thoughtful of you. Okay, so finally, let's talk about the future of Nudios. So where do you think is Nudios going in the next 2 to 3 years?
So in the next 2 to 3 years, I'm planning to make our AI prototype into a like well-developed AI. And like for the next 2 to 3 years, I'm planning to at least launch 4 to 5 franchises. I don't know if that's possible or not. I'm just trying my best. I cannot promise that. I even don't know that I will be able to open two like QSRs or not in the next 2 years. But that's what my vision is, and that's what I'm working on. And one thing that I'm working on is that I am building on our AI, like the appetite sensor, into more of the calorie part. So it's something that we are building on. It's very in a prototype stage, but let me tell you that we are building on that people can order the food according to the calories that they need. Actually, we will connect the our AI with your smartwatch that you are using or whatever fitness app that you are using, and you can get the enough calories. So that's something very futuristic that we are trying to build. But yeah, like we can collaborate with iWatch, or like it's not gonna happen in 2 3 years, but yeah, that's my vision for the next 5 to 10 years.
And I hope that you will, and I know that because you have a very good potential, you will be able to achieve everything that you're dreaming of. And about the fitness thing, the calories thing, I think Nudios is going to be the best place for fitness freaks. It's going to be a really good initiative for all of them, and everyone's gonna love it. Okay, so before wrapping up, there is a tiny would you rather round. Okay, are you set for that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so would you rather build one global brand or 10 profitable local businesses?
One global brand or one profitable business. Yeah, I'll build one global brand.
Okay. Would you rather have 1 million followers or 1,000 loyal customers?
1 million followers. There's a reason for that, because if I have 1 million followers, so they will actually see that they like I'm building something. And if they are not even reacting to my post or anything, but they are watching my brand's name, or they are watching my name on LinkedIn or whatever place they are from. So if like a person only buys those things what they see, so that's something that I really feel is important. That 1,000 customers can actually help you out, but if 1 million people are watching you, if you take only 1%, so those 1% can actually that's 1% is actually 10,000 only. So I really feel that is yeah, that's more important for me.
Amazing. That's very rational. Okay. Would you rather lose money for a year or lose your core team?
Sorry,
Would you rather lose money for a year or lose your core team?
it's a tough question. I don't have any clear answer for that, but I guess if I have good money, so I think that I can build a better team. Because if I am having enough capital, so I can hire like people who have more experience, who understand the things more better. So if that works, so yes, but not all the members I'm talking about. I'm talking about only a few members. But when it comes to, if you're talking about to replace all the member, so I won't do that.
Okay. So the next one is, would you rather work with highly skilled people or highly loyal people?
Kill people.
Okay. Would you rather have perfect execution or perfect timing?
I think if there is a good execution, it means a perfect timing. So good execution.
Okay. So that's all. Agastya, this was genuinely a fascinating conversation. And before wrapping up, I am just curious to know that what's the funniest reaction someone has had when you found out that you run a startup, if there is any?
Like you're talking about in my sense, like someone has
Yeah, so
like
so if you tell someone about your startup, that you run a startup and you're earning money from that, has there been a case ever when someone found that funny? Like, what was the funniest reaction?
the funniest reaction. So it's actually one of my connection that I'm very very close to, and like to people who don't know. So like even you don't know that. So I'm actually working on my startup as well, and working somewhere as well. So the person where I'm like the person with whom I'm working with actually got fascinated with that, and like got to know that I'm working on my startup and I'm actually earning from that. Not 60K because I'm not like devoting that much amount of time and I'm working remotely. So yeah, I'm able to earn right now and I'm earning well, so that I can bear out my personal expenses and invest some of my money in my startup. So yeah, that person got really shocked, and after he got to know about me, we actually convocated around like 6 months. He was very older to be honest, like he's 27. So he actually laughed a lot. Like you are building that thing, and at 16, my biggest achievement was remembering my Facebook password. So that's something that was the most humorous reaction that I have ever received. So yeah, that's the thing.
Okay, amazing. Okay, so from building Noodiyos at 16 to creating opportunities in places where infrastructures barely exists, your journey is a proof that age is not the biggest factor in entrepreneurship. Vision and execution are. So thank you so much for joining us on Vision Banter. It was really amazing having you here. And to everyone who's listening, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow, share, and stay tuned because we've got so many more conversations. And maybe with Agastya only after Nudios is having around 10 to 15, franchisees everywhere. So thank you so much for joining, Agastya. We'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.